2030, 20% of our U.S. population will be over the age of 65. The average age of the practicing cardiothoracic surgeon is nearing 60 years old. So we have those two important factors. But if we look at the converse at the top, you'll see what our resident application pool looks like. And starting in the early 2000s, we began to see a pretty steady decline in cardiothoracic residents. And at the time, we only had one track for training. By 2007, we had fewer than 80 applicants entering our training program. So a lot of programs shut down, a lot of places lost spots. We were relatively protected and insulated from that. One of the reasons the integrated pathway started was we wanted to gain access to some of the best and the brightest, the most intelligent medical students coming out of school. That initiated around the country in 2007, 2008. We've had it at Emory now for 5 years. But even with the addition of those residents, if you look at 2016, there were only 121 residents starting their cardiothoracic training. So this is far below what was expected to be needed to meet the demands of the aging population and the retiring workforce that's approaching retirement age. So many of you know in their middle career, our residents were, as when I finished, I may have had only 1 or 2 job opportunities. Fortunately, I had one here. But our residents now are getting job offers and even contracts a good year, year and a half before they finish. And many of our middle career, even early career faculty are being heavily recruited to other institutions. So when I started in the early 2000s in my general surgery residency, the message for many of you, of my partners in the room, was that this was a declining field, there wasn't going to be a need for our services, everything was going to be minimally invasive or percutaneous, and what we've seen is that the converse is actually quite true. I already commented on the rapidly changing technology. I think it's appropriate to at least comment on the financial pressures that we face both within our institution, but also by those imposed upon us by healthcare legislation. And we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We know there will be likely some changes with the current administration, but we know one thing is for certain, that the way our systems get reimbursed for care is most likely going to change in the future with an emphasis more on value over just volume. So we're going to have to be particularly sensitive to the quality of care that we provide. Terms like NACRA and MIPS, these are things that will become part of our common vocabulary. We know that cardiothoracic surgery is important to Emory, to the tune of $61 million in the contributing margin in 2016. Over our heart and vascular contribution was $166 million. Of all the Emory Medicine signature programs, cardiothoracic surgery revenue accounted for 11% of all the Emory Medicine signature programs. So clearly an important piece of the Emory mission. But this is our reality. If we look at cardiac surgery to the left, from 2014 to 2017, and this is a projected number, we're expecting a 21% decrease in our cardiac surgery volumes at the 3 main sites. There's something to learn here, though, from this. If we look at our thoracic colleagues, when Dan Miller left in approximately 2013, the expectation was a sharp decline with a very much longer period of recovery. But we've seen quite the opposite. Our thoracic colleagues have grown 20% despite his departure, and Dr. Forrest deserves a good bit of credit for putting a nice team of thoracic surgeons at all 3 sites. Dr. Keeling also has seen that success at Grady with approximately 100% increase in patient volume since he took over that program 3 or 4 years ago. So I think there are opportunities, but clearly this is a mission critical to us moving forward. I would be remiss to not at least mention our competitive regional market. I don't need to go through all these in detail, but we know they exist. Piedmont's building a new Heart and Vascular Institute. Northside has a new office complex going a few blocks up from Emory Midtown. The list goes on. I could talk about Northside's new complex adjacent to St. Joseph's campus. The alliance that Northside and Gwinnett are trying to finalize. WellStar, which is a program we started 13 or 14 years ago, we felt relatively insulated because they were far enough to the northwest. Now in our backyard at Spalding, West Georgia, and EMC. So why is our cardiac surgery volume declining? Well, we're surrounded by hospitals that do cardiac surgery. Many which we helped start. Furthermore, half the surgeons that are practicing at these hospitals were trained here at Emory. My point is here not to really focus on some of the negativity associated with this potentially,